What a lovely day to talk about transition between summer and fall. You've probably seen for the first leaves and the mood for fall is in the air. The fall comes on September 22nd. A lot of people, surprisingly for some, experience difficulty transitioning from one season to the other, especially when it comes from summer to fall and from fall to winter. It's much easier from winter to spring and from spring to summer. So that's why I would like to talk a little bit about the immune system, its branches, and how we can support the immune system and how we can evaluate as well the immune system. And a lot of stuff for today's conversation I borrowed from this book. It's called The Immunotype Breakthrough by Heather Moody. And I don't know if you can see, but it is endorsed by Dr. Mark Hyman. He's a medical doctor as well, and he is one of the pioneers of the functional medicine. I learned a lot from him, and I suggest you to go and find him on the net and also learn from him as well as this book. Yeah. So let's start with this. There are tons of analogies when it comes to the immune system to choose from. When it comes for choosing analogy for explaining the immune system, I prefer that analogy as it was an army. If your immune system is an army and it has soldiers that participate in a battlefield, which is inside of your body. So we have no choice but to interact with the outside world and face threats of injuries and diseases, and therefore we need a built-in system to battle. We need building system to get away from the threats to our health. This system has to be swift, smart, it has to be efficient, which means there need to be a lot of active fighters that work together towards a common goal of protecting you. When you're born, your army is immature, your immune system, and you mostly rely on the antibodies passed from your mother and contained in the breast milk. So that their goal is to protect you. In your first few days, your immune system army is already starting to recruit soldiers and begin training them. And just as the army is divided into branches, your immune system is too. The two main branches are called the innate immune system, and the other one is the adaptive immune system. Each branch has different goals and its own unique soldiers, weapons, and communication system, but they also work together to optimize protection from the environment. We'll start with the innate immune system, which is composed of the soldiers of the front line of the metaphorical immune system battlefield. So we have a front line and we have an inner battlefield. Let's suppose you're out for a jog. When you trip over a curb and fall, leaving a big gash on your knee. In a split second, bacteria from the dirty street manage to catch a ride into your body through your broken skin. Yuck, right? Luckily, for you, there is a multitude of innate immune system cells that patrol your body in all hours of the day, and night, working to recognize particular patterns and signals that are common to many bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other invaders into your body. The innate immune system is responsible for our non-specific immunity, which means it launches a general protection response, which happens when you fall and hurt yourself. It's a response to an antigen, which is a molecule on the surface of the most invaders that the immune system can recognize. The word innate means inborn or natural, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that the innate immune system is the part of the immune system we are born with, not the part of the immune system that evolves in a response to different germs we encounter throughout our lifetime. So I hope I gave you I shed a little bit of light of what is the innate immune system. So it tends to get weaker with age, though. This is what the research shows, and it's good to know because that means we need to support it. So, which are the components of that innate immune system? Those are our cough reflex, which helps us expel things that may irritate or infect us. Then we have various enzymes in tears and skin oils. Then we have mucus production, which traps bacteria and small particles and helps expel them from the body. Then we have our skin, which acts as a physical barrier between us and the inner world and the outside world. Our stomach acid, which helps kill microbes that enter through our food and water. A lot of people's goal is to be alkaline and all that, and they do all those dangerous things to our stomach acid in order to neutralize things. But this is totally wrong from the point of view of your health and protection. So, what is the adaptive immune response? That was the innate immune response. Now we talk about the adaptive immune response. Luckily, we have a masterful set of cells that can jump into gear to adapt to the challenges we experience, identify invaders in a way that is more specific, and create memory cells to protect us when an antigen shows up again. Even if it's years or decades later. This is a very, very interesting organization in our body. This high-level soldiers are your adaptive immune cells, which are responsible for acquired or antigen-specific immunity. So, for example, B cells are part of the adaptive immune cells. B cells are remarkable for two big reasons. First, they have a great memory. And second, they can make antibodies, which are protein produced in response to a specific antigen of a virus or bacteria that provide us with immunity to the illness caused by the specific infection. So I got a little bit too detailed here, but my goal is for you to understand the parts of the immune system that works for us. This way, we will we'll know how to support the immune system. We also have people, we divided them into 4 groups, but there are no strict lines between the groups. And there might be people who cannot be added to those 4 groups of immunotypes, which I'll mention now. And again, I took this from the same book of the Immunotype Breakthrough by Heather Moody, a medical doctor. She says there are 4 types of immune system. Number 1 is the smoldering immunotype. Number 2, misguided immunotype, hyperactive immunotype, and weak immunotype. I have video about those where I explain them. I incorporated those in my evaluation process because I find this very, very useful while we evaluate clients to have a proper assessment and to be more efficient while suggesting protocols for healing. So, a part of the 6 variables, which are the foundation of health, and let me again say who they are. This is breathing, respiratory, thoughts, hydration, nutrition, sleep, exercise, and happiness. Those 6 variables we need to keep balanced in life in order to have a good foundation to add supplements on it to help us to be more vigorous, to be more active, energetic, and to feel in a better health. So, a part of those 6 variables, which are again the foundation of health, and can help you tremendously to support your immune system, I will list some of the my favorite herbs for deep immune activation and surface immune activation. In the herbalism, we have this approach when we offer immune activation. So it's a deep and surface immune activation. And I will mention here a few of those herbs. For the deep immune activation, you have astragalus. Yeah, I know, very popular. It works fantastic. You can find it in many places. Astragalus comes with in capsules as well. You can find it as a herb as well. Then you have reishi mushroom. I don't have to say more. Shiitake mushroom as well. I don't have to say more about that too. Schisandra. It's a very female herb. And especially if you are female and watching this, I suggest you strongly to find Schisandra and to use it in your seasonal transition support. Then we have privet, another herb. Codonopsis is another herb as well. I don't know if I mentioned reishi mushrooms, but as well reishi mushrooms. So this is for deep immune support. We also have a support which is called surface immune support, and we use things like garlic, wild indigo. You can find wild indigo in bulk and use it as per prescription, or if you don't know, just let me know. Calendula, myrrh. You can find myrrh in essential oil. You can find myrrh in raisins. You can find myrrh in tinctures. Thuja as another herb. Thuja occidentalis is the Latin name in case. Thuja is written Thuja. And then you have Osnia, US, and EA, another herb you can use for surface immune support. So I'm hoping that I was helpful for you and your transition from summer to autumn. Of course, it's very important to set up goals, to set up nutritional plans, and most importantly, your social interactions. It's good for your social interactions to intensify This is very, very healthy, especially if you select to see with people with whom you feel positive, inspired, and you feel you have chemistry with them, because the route to long longevity and health is having good social interactions, good connections with people. I spoke in great details about the immunotypes, those herbs and other herbs which are immunomodulators, in my other videos. So you can follow us on YouTube channel called Eliminate a Chronic Health Condition. The same name we use for our Facebook group, which is private group, and we post a lot of information with healing tips for people who would like to self-heal. Eliminate a Chronic Health Condition is the name. On Instagram, I go by the Holistic Lifestyle Coach with hyphens, lowercase hyphens. And yeah, you can also find me on my phone number, which is 778-779-1203, on Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram. So no excuses. If you'd like to know about my assessment process, the first 20 minutes are free, where I explain the assessment process and we see if you are fit for it. Because I cannot help to 100% of the people who approach me. Some cases are very, very far gone, and they have to be referred to the appropriate specialists, medical specialists. But in milder cases with chronic conditions, as a wellness therapist and a herbalist, I can help you. Thank you for watching.
Join our Healthy and Community Facebook group. If you have any questions, please free to comment below. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more.